Learning Tanya is not just something for a Chassid or Chabad or some Hasidic group. It's actually something for every Jewish person, and I'll explain why. Tanya was written by Rabbi Shner Zalman of Liadi. It's composed of 53 chapters. In addition, at the end of it, there's also an additional part called Chanoch Lenar, Shar Yichud Ve'amuna, Igeres HaTshuva, Igeres HaKodesh, Kunshas Achon. But the actual Tanya itself was really mainly composed specifically of the 53 chapters written by Reb Shner Zalman of Liadi. Now he wrote this, as he writes as an introduction, so it could answer all the questions that one could have in their Avodas Hashem, whether it's regarding depression, it's regarding jealousy, or lack of Avos Yisrael, lack of loving another fellow Jewish person, or many, many other things which come up, including just having the idea of understanding of what it means, belief in one God, unity of God, and the like. Many, many questions that people would have, he would be asked these questions, and he came and gathered it all in one book. The Alter Rebbe actually was put in prison for 53 days. As it's known, he came out on the 53rd day. He came out from the prison of Petersburg in Russia. The reason why he was put in prison was because the Misnagdim of his time had claimed that he was sending money to the Turkish ruler, which actually he was sending money to the Hasidim at that time that lived in Eretz Yisrael, which was under Turkish rule, but the money went to the Hasidim. But when the Alter Rebbe went to prison, he suffered tremendous difficulties, and it was unbearable what type of conditions he went through. And it says that these 53 days that he went to prison actually brought out the schus that provided that these 53 chapters of Tanya should be accepted amongst all of the Bnei Yisrael. If you actually look in the back of any Tanya, you'll see how many times it was printed. And it was printed thousands and thousands and thousands of times over in any part of the world. Actually, the Rebbe said that they should print the Tanya in every single place where it can be printed. We know that the Baal Shem Tov was instructed by Mashiach, as it's brought down in the writings of his brother-in-law. He writes that the Baal Shem Tov asked Mashiach, when are you going to come? The answer was, K'shiafutzo ma'nesecha chutzo, when your well springs will be spread outwards. So we know that the Tanya is the Torah Shebiksav of Chassidus. It is the foundational book of Chassidus. Many people learn word for word by heart the wording of each chapter, or those, some learn a few chapters or one chapter, but it's so important to actually study the details and the way it's written and the like. The Alter Rebbe was once seen by his brother, who asked him what he was doing. He was sitting on a piece, and when writing the Tanya, he didn't understand he seemed he was deep in thought. He asked him what was the question, and the Alter Rebbe had told his brother he was thinking, should I add the letter Vav to this word or not? And he spent 3 weeks thinking about should he add the letter Vav or not. So we see that every letter in the Tanya is actually very important, and it's b'diuk, and it's not written specifically, could have been written in a different way. It was written specifically the way that it needed to be. So may we merit to learn Tanya this coming Yutes Kislev, and take Achlatas Tovis, to take its lessons to heart, and be able to spread the Chassidus and the lessons that can help us improve our Avodas Hashem and serving Hashem, increasing in our Avos Yisrael, and increasing in all good acts to make this world a better place. And as Mashiach told the Baal Shem Tov, that by spreading the teachings of Chassidus, this should bring right away the coming of Mashiach.